Hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, Multiverse. This is Back of the Cereal Box, the pop culture podcast that celebrates the fun of the Saturday mornings of our youth while navigating adulthood today. I am your host, the prophet of pop culture, John Pyka. You can call me Johnny Beyond if you dare. And this morning, we are celebrating the awesomeness that is Ultraman 1966. And you can join us in the virtual rec room, post your comments, share your memories. But we need to thank the people who make this show possible right up front, our Cereal Box Super Friends on Patreon. You too can have your name in lights at patreon.com/cerealboxpodcast. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, friends and foes, Back of the Cereal Box is all about jumping in our pajamas, grabbing big bowls of cereal, rushing down to the virtual rec room to celebrate the fun of the Saturday mornings of our youth. And when I was a kid, we didn't have iPhones or tablets at the breakfast table on Saturday mornings. We were reading the Back of the Cereal Box. That was our newspaper. That was our internet. And that's what this show is all about, celebrating cartoons, comic books, kaiju, because in between all of those things, we were reading the Back of the Cereal Box. And to help us do that, please welcome our co-hosts, your wife's favorite redhead. She is an actress, artist, face painter, cosplayer extraordinaire. Please welcome Aubrey Cavitt.
Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning?
We are doing great. I love every morning, Aubrey, that you ask that question. How is everyone doing? But not everyone can respond. But they can in the comments, right? So you guys can post a comment and let us know, like Dave Mattingly, who's already with us, says, "Good morning, Ultra John." So I am wearing my pajama lounge pants, but I'm wearing my Jet Jaguar t-shirt. This is not Ultraman. This is Jet Jaguar from the Godzilla franchise. We did an episode about Jet Jaguar last season. And so I'm super excited about that. And Aubrey, you are wearing a lovely robe this morning.
Yes. Has the same pink as the lady was wearing in the episode 10.
I love that. Please welcome our other co-host all the way from New Jersey via the magic of the interwebs. She is a food connoisseur and consultant reviewer, Instagram superstar, the one, the only. She's so cereal. Give it up for Jenny.
Hi, good morning. How are you all?
Oh,
We're having a good morning.
We're having a great morning. Better
Great
now that the whole gang is here. Everybody is here. And first question, I got to ask it. Every morning, of course, we're talking about Ultraman this morning from 1966, but the first order of business, what's in the bowl? This show is all about jumping in our pajamas, grabbing big bowls of cereal. And this morning, ladies, I'm trying for the very first time vanilla checks.
I'm telling you. No, you've had that.
I went to Target to see if they had any of the Christmas cereals. And they did. They had the Elf on the Shelf, and they had the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer food, which I've had and didn't like either of them. But they had the Honey Nut checks, which I've wanted to try forever. But then they had the vanilla checks. And I was like, and on the back, they have a recipe on the back for the holiday Muddy Buddies with vanilla checks.
That's what I was waiting for. Like those Muddy Buddies are probably going to be really different tasting.
So I'm going to try this for the first time this morning. As I'm prepping it, ladies, what do you have? Aubrey?
I had to go to the gas station because I don't carry milk in my house.
Me.
So I had to go and buy some milk. So that happened. And while I was at the gas station, I was really disappointed. Johnny's got this cool gas station near his house where he's got all kinds of cool stuff that just happens to be there, like new and different. My gas station is, well, I'm not going to call their name out, but they're kind of boring.
So are
It's a
mine.
gas station.
I don't have fun gas
They're
stations.
the big ones, but they don't have anything. They got the protein bars. They had a donut maple protein bar. I was like, maybe that would be fun. But then I thought about the fact that Jenny was talking about how much I loved the cereal that I had, the banana clusters. I was like, I really do love it. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to share it. I usually cereal exchange program. I've talked about this before with my friends. Like, please, I only eat like a bowl or two sometimes. I don't want it to go stale. So please take it from me, you know? I know Johnny will eat a box until it's gone, but he's got a whole family that helps him eat it.
No, I don't. If I like it, I will.
Okay.
But if I don't, it languishes on the shelf because my family doesn't like cereal.
Oh,
That's so funny.
oh, I thought you had a team that was helping you eat that.
Sometimes. Well,
It's the
my
same at
20-year-old
my house, Johnny.
my
Yeah.
20-year-old
My munchkin is
sometimes
not.
will,
No.
but not always. It's got to be really good. So you got Frosted Flakes.
So I decided, why
That's
not
gonna-
blend the two?
I was like, that's gonna
Okay.
mix nice.
I love Frosted Flakes. I'm
Yeah.
a classic Frosted Flakes girl. I don't even want anything in my Frosted Flakes. It
Top
tastes like
5.
Frosted Flakes. So I figured, why not mix the two together since I
All right.
like the new ones
That's
so
gonna be
much.
really tasty.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
this is going to be a
banana,
good combo.
So I'm doing the whole thing. Like, I can't
Yum.
wait. Ooh,
That's going to be a
and
good combo.
The flakes are different colors too, because the one's frosted and lighter in corn, and then that one's got like blends of other. So that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jenny, what do you got this morning?
I have something different. I have a giant bowl of cinnamon roll and bacon. I had cereal this morning from Lucky Charms. It was that berry swirl. It was garbage.
Yeah.
That it ended up not happy, but I topped my bacon with the cinnamon toast crunch, that Cinnadust.
Ooh.
Like, I love this stuff. Like, it's hard to see it. See, like, it's practically empty.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
use
hold
it-
on. I'll zoom in on you.
The
So-
Cinnadust, like,
yeah.
I use this stuff in because I dairy free, so I have to get special. I get the Annie's, the organic cinnamon rolls, and I mix some of this into the icing, and I put that on top. And then for my bacon, I sprinkle this just in like the bacon on the bacon, but while it bakes, and it bakes into my bacon, really yummy. So I've got Cinnadust bacon and Cinnadust organic cinnamon rolls.
I love this.
But they're so good.
So
Guys,
I've been
try
wanting to try the cinnamon toast crunch Cinnadust bacon,
mhm.
and you highly recommend it.
Yeah, I made it from scratch. I highly recommend it.
Now I feel like you should just since you make that at home, you should just crumble up the bacon and put it in the frosting while it's still not
And that's
sealed.
what I do. Like, I get to parts where I just make little sandwiches out of it. and
Yeah,
eat
just
together.
crumble it on
So
top
good. I
of it.
love the sweet and savory together. So
Yeah, I do too.
I do too, minus the cinnamon. So now I have to ask you a question.
ooh.
Where do you get those cinnamon rolls?
Oh, these cinnamon rolls, the Annie's, I find either at ShopRite or at Target. And this week, if you have Target Circle, guys, this is not an ad, but sponsor Target if you'd like. They have 20% off. So they were very, it was like $5.50 for these big, giant organic cinnamon rolls.
Okay,
Yeah.
And
so
they're amazing. 10 out of 10 every
it's on
time.
there already.
They're in a can. Oh my God, in the terrifying can that scares you. Well, it still
Yeah.
scares me. Yes, you have to pop it on the counter and then it attacks you slightly. And then you feel defeated, but you still bake them and you get joy at the end.
I
Okay.
love that.
I am
love
going
that.
to have to buy those because I might not be able to eat cinnamon, but my kids love cinnamon toast. So if I do that,
I would highly suggest go try the Annie's organic cinnamon rolls, guys. They're really amazing.
Well, so I've had a couple of bites
Yeah, what do you
of
think?
the vanilla Chex, and it's really tasty. The vanilla flavor is very subtle, though. Very subtle. But that's okay because this is the rice Chex,
Mhm.
which I love. I love rice Chex plain. So with just a little bit of the sweet vanilla, it's really good. Aubrey, I think you would like this.
Probably, I am a Rice Chex fan, but I do like to sprinkle a teeny bit of sugar on it.
Are you
Yeah.
guys local to each other? Like
We're
local
about
enough to?
Yeah, we're about an hour away from each
Because I'm
other.
thinking that I'm like that. I'm the worst with this. That vanilla Chex and that banana Fostery cereal together. That could be a very yummy bite, guys.
We can arrange that. Yep, we can make that happen. Because I sometimes come down to Columbia where Aubrey is and bring her treats. At Halloween, I brought her all of the General Mills treats and
Yeah, the gummies and stuff he didn't want.
no.
Did you try the General Mills, the Count Chocula chocolatey bars, guys?
No,
They're
not yet.
so rich and delicious.
yet.
Oh my
But
gosh, they're
Aubrey,
so good.
Aubrey, no, I did love everything that I brought you. Everything I brought you, I loved. It's just that they sent us huge boxes of it, and I had enough to give. What I gave to you, I gave a big bag just like yours to my daughter to take to college, and then we still have some left over. It was crazy that General Mills sent all of that to us, and I loved it all, but I had to get rid of some of it, otherwise I was going to eat it. And that will not help my girlish figure.
Organic cinnamon rolls.
I love it. But here's the question, Jenny. Will
It's
the Annie's?
cerealing.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Is it cerealing? Did you put milk in with it? Or
No,
you're
but
just
I
eating
have
it in
already
the bowl?
done that before. I've already done that one before cereal. The cinnamon rolls do, so they can cereal. And like bacon on top is just an accoutrement.
By the way, I bought something for a Willet cereal for next month.
Okay.
I bought one of those Christmas trees that everybody eats, the Little Debbie Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to chop it up.
Do it next week. Because
Wait.
we're off for December, remember?
Are you going to toast? You should put it in the oven.
Yeah.
Toast it.
Yeah. I've done that. That's fantastic.
That's what you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Been there,
And
girl. That's not my first rodeo.
Okay. I got a toaster oven. I'll pop it in the toaster oven.
You, like little square, like cut it in the little
Chop it
bits.
up. Mhm.
But you got to be careful
then
because your
put it-
cream may get like too toasty and cook into it. Like
And,
get to a point where it'll melt. It's science.
Yeah.
I'll
But-
have to figure out how to do that.
You know what? I bought a whole box of the Christmas tree cakes
Oh,
from
geez.
Little Debbie. So
I bought one at the gas station.
I bought a whole box at the gas station because they were having a contest, and I wanted to help my local clerks. But
Sponsored by the gas station.
mine is a white bison. It's a fancy,
It's a super
coffee shop.
fancy. Yeah.
But
Like a Starbucks gas station.
it is. But so you and I will both do Willet cereal with Little Debbie's Christmas tree cakes next week. And Jenny, if you can find some Christmas tree cakes, join
I'll
in
find
with
something
us.
that I can have because I got the dairy allergy. That's my problem.
Oh, yeah. They
can't-
probably
yeah.
put dairy in that.
They
cream.
do. I checked. There's so many things like I can't have, but I'm gonna find something, guys.
No,
I'm gonna
I
find
understand.
something.
This is the season of cinnamon, and I feel all left out. Just
Oh my
all
gosh,
the
yeah,
time.
that must be horrible. 'Cause
Everything's
it's pumpkin pie spice.
Yes, everything pumpkin. I love pumpkin. Okay, so to miss out on even I made my own pumpkin pie.
Which
One
is
year.
nutmeg.
It's
No
no,
nutmeg?
it's cinnamon. Nutmeg I can have, but
Yeah,
a lot of
just some
people put
nutmeg and
cinnamon
some
in it too. Though when you
syrup?
get the pre-made stuff, the spices they use has cinnamon in it.
Oh wow.
I love cinnamon on everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
It's
like-
it's
kind of like milk. It's in everything in a way. Yeah.
It's in a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, that's enough of us navigating adulthood today. We do have comments in the virtual rec room. Our good friend Zentron is with us across the pond. He says, "Good afternoon, fellow cereal boxers. It is the afternoon for him." And he says, "Coming at you live, yet another Saturday morning, sitting at my computer desk, working on my She-Ra episode redraw. Seriously, I'm never off this thing. LOL."
I can't wait. This is like the grand opening of something. I'm one of those Google guides that I'm one of those people that I wait for something and I'm super excited and I'm stoked and I'm telling everybody about it. So I feel like Zentron's been building this up to this.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait. Like I'm just
It's like going to be this
the grand
big,
opening of Zentrons.
it's like a little
Well-
mirror. It's like a little panel, but to us, it's this like grand mural that's going to be the backdrop for
Mhm.
us.
Well, it really is. His the project that he did with his cohorts, his team on completing the Dungeons and Dragons animated series. They did the final episode that never got aired, never got produced, and it's on YouTube. And Zentron, is this a similar thing, or are you just it says She-Ra episode, so I'm guessing you're redoing the entire episode. I'd love to know what episode. But Zentron also jumps over to Facebook like a good little fan, and he says, on this afternoon's plate, steak and kidney pie with steamed Jersey Royal potatoes drenched in a thick gravy, followed by Sicilian lemon Swiss roll with a scoop of vanilla ice cream smothered under a creamy rich custard, all being washed down by another bottle of Coca-Cola lemon. Have you guys had the lemon Coca-Cola?
I'm on
I've
board
been
for
doing
all of
that at home lately. I've been pouring myself glasses of Coke and cutting a lemon and just putting fresh lemon in it and then around the rim. And it's delicious. It
That-
really is something different.
The breakfast, the savory breakfast sounds so good. You had bacon in front of me. Now we're talking about steak and kidney pie, which I didn't even know I was eating.
Like,
All of a
that
sudden I
sounds
want
so
it.
good.
Jersey Royal potatoes. I have to look
Steak and
up.
kidney pie, like that's a savory thing. So, and it must be, what is it? Like it's their tea right now, or
It's lunch
they're
for
having
him.
dinner.
It's for lunch. It's afternoon.
Yeah.
So,
That pie sounds good. Like a pot pie, a personal
Mhm.
sized one. That ooh.
I haven't had one of those in forever.
hey, we have a comment from Clyde Hall, who is joining us, our secret producer on the show. Good morning, Boxers. Working on breakfast and listening to the crunchy kaiju fun. And for those of you who are just joining us, we are going to be talking about the epic kaiju fighter, Ultraman. Hey, and yes, he says it is the whole episode of She-Ra. And he said he can post a link to his previous She-Ra redraw sneak peek. Yes, please do. We'll post it on our Facebook page and direct everyone over there.
That's so neat. Like, really. I wish I
Yeah.
could draw really well like that.
Well, everyone can draw.
I said really well like that.
I
can
am
draw.
I am of the belief that everyone can draw, paint, and sing.
To
Oh,
some degree.
yeah.
And it's a talent that you have to develop, but everyone can do it. Because only in America do we have, in America, you're a musician. If you're a musician, it's what you do for a living. But like in Europe and in South America, everyone's a musician. Everyone plays. Everyone
That's
is an
so neat.
artist.
I feel like
I like
that
that.
is mind expanding when you're a child and you're taught from childhood to use your art as an expression, but not as the only source of your monetary income. It should be a joy. It should be kept a joy. And a lot of artists, I grew up in America. We half worship the artists in the pop culture world in a lot of ways and idolize them and build, societal issues can be altered by them, through them. It's just true. My from the cereal box treat, the prize I have from my cereal box is it really shows that even comics can make a statement about the times and try to make people think.
All right. So that's a
Yes.
great segue. It's time for prizes from the cereal box, aka new loot. And since you brought it up, Aubrey, I will let you go first.
I just took a bite of cereal, but yeah,
That's okay.
definitely. This is what this is about. So, back when I was growing up, I never thought of comics as anything except something with cute pictures and action in it. But as I became an adult, I found that there was some outrageous, outlandish, and sometimes extremely thought-provoking.
Move that back towards your.
That's
There you go. There you go.
See back here?
Okay.
Ooh, it is not coming through very well. With the
Yeah,
background.
it's because it's got yellow in that.
There we go.
There we go.
So this
The
is
Soviet
super,
the Soviet
soldiers.
super soldiers
Mhm.
from Marvel Comics. This is
Yep.
mid '90s. I
Yep.
think Ron Lim is the cover artist on that.
It's says Medina and Albrecht on the very bottom here. Medina,
Okay, Madeira. Yeah.
Madeira,
Madeira.
and Albrecht. And so this is it's got a very strong statement in the very first page, which on my Facebook I was going to read, do a little video later on, because no, I do not read this one yet. I just opened it and took it out of the plastic this morning. Ooh, touching it. still have moments where I can't stand that. It's very much speaking to the freedom of thought. And I just wanted to read a tiny little bit of the back of it, because it mentions some characters that are long forgotten or people don't really think about. And I was just on the audience of the Cosplay Cafe last night, and they were doing Marvel and had Captain America, and I just thought this would be interesting. So, winds of change already sweep through this republic. We must ride through those winds, striking where and when we can, surreptitiously, subtly, for mutant kind and mankind alike. Though we are exiles from mainstream life, we must fight for the rights of others to live. And I am blind faith. This is Nikolai Krylenko, Vanguard. Linnea Petrovia, Dark Star. Okay, I'm going to murder this one, I think. Ilyich Lavro, Cybercat. Mikhail Irilovich, Ursa Major, and Stencil. So some hero, or not maybe heroes, but some mutants that we have long since forgotten or not thought about in a long time. So I will be reading that. And I look forward to reading the beginning of the end.
So Aubrey, the Soviet super soldiers just recently appeared in the Avengers mainstream comic with a pretty long story arc.
Mm-hmm.
And they kidnapped She-Hulk for some reason and tortured her and tried to brainwash her and turn her into a Soviet communist weapon and turn her against the Avengers, and it did not work.
Okay. I love She-Hulk, so I need to pick that one up too. And this is my first ever. I didn't know this existed, this comic. When I found it, I was like,
well, that came out. that came out in the mid '90s when Marvel was throwing anything at the wall to see what would stick. And Dark Star was an incredibly popular character because she had the Soviet super soldiers have existed for ages, since the 70s. But Dark Star was a breakout star, and she appeared as Iceman's girlfriend in The Champions and became just a huge, huge hit. So anyway, Jenny, what do you got anything from the cereal box this morning?
I do. From my cereal bowl here, I have a mishmash of this awesome guy. This is the Creature Mutant. I've got a little miniature box because you know I love my minis of Reptar cereal. Since I couldn't enjoy real cereal with you guys, I've got this Reptar cereal
from
box
Rugrats.
here. I love this. It's so cute. It had like little green sour candies in it. They're gone, but it's like they're round, they're mean, they turn milk green. That's the joke of all the Reptar food is it always turn your tongue green, and it did. Like this, the candies turned my tongue green. This
Nice.
is super neat. Loving it.
Have they ever
It's
had a
the
Reptar
cereal with scale.
Oh, nice.
Love
Have
it.
they ever
Love
had a Reptar cereal? Do we know?
No.
I think there actually briefly was, but it was like one of those like FYE kind of like mock cereals that was put out. They
Maybe
never
by
really taste
Funko.
great. So maybe
Yeah.
even a Funko one that was put out. I feel like I did see a Funko O's one that was green, but that would have mean it was a Funko O's cereal and not Reptar cereal.
And those cereals were awful.
They never, yeah. Oh,
They
We
were
couldn't.
awful. They were
There you
not
go.
made to be consumed.
There you
no.
go. General Mills
I'm
Post.
pretty sure they were
Reptar
just like
cereal.
glazed with glue, and I ate
Yeah.
it anyway.
Yeah. Well, so you guys need to go back.
Good.
You guys need to go back. Jenny, you need to go back and watch my taste test of the Funko O's, it was the Funko Mugman cereal, or Cuphead cereal, but it was the Don't Bet with the Devil cereal. And it was black, and it turned my entire mouth black and made me sick instantaneously. And it might not have helped that it was 6 years old. But anyway,
Ooh, yuck.
anyway, here's what I got in my box. So, Jenny, since you joined the show and are obsessed with mini toys,
I love them.
everywhere I go, now I'm on the lookout. And so I went to Books A Million this week, and I
What's that?
got this little baggie of Godzilla toys. It's a mystery bag. We're gonna open it up and see what we got.
It was like some little ASMR.
So let's see here. Oh, look at this! I actually got Godzilla, and it's like a bag hanger.
Gojira.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
looks like him. It looks like the original.
Yeah, and
Now I want one of
look
those.
at
Creepy
the
eyes.
detail on that. That's
Oh my
that's
god,
amazing.
that is so cute.
Books A Million, and I just
That's
the
fun.
first one I got. I got
Lucky.
yeah, but that's
Hey,
not
that's
all.
a great stocking stuffers right there, Johnny.
Yes,
Great
it is.
stocking stuffers.
Yes, it is. But that's not all, because this morning, for those of you who are just joining us, we are celebrating Ultraman, and one of my all-time favorite toys from when I was a kid, and I'm collecting them again, are Mego action figures. And out of this box, I've
Nice.
got this Ultraman 8-inch figure. But wait, there's more.
Wait,
And-
that's old? Like that's
No,
like
no,
older?
these are
Okay.
brand new.
I was like, they
Mego-
look really like well
Yeah.
preserved.
Yeah, no, they're new in the last couple of years. They actually did a line of 4 of them. I only have these 2. I need the other 2. So for those of you who are watching, and want to gift Johnny the other Ultraman figures for his birthday, which is December 1st,
Oh,
I level up to level 54 this year, and you guys can gift me the other 2 Mego Ultraman figures. These are 8 inches cloth costumes that you
Nice.
can, yeah. And these ones are the later iterations. There's one that is the Ultraman Jack that has the little dots in the corner of the eyes, and it makes him look cross-eyed, but there's a reason that they're there. And you may have noticed that when we were watching this show this week. So
Yes.
that is our new loot this week. I would love to know from our audience, 1, what's in your bowl, and what are the prizes in your cereal box this week? And look who is joining us. Tabby Cat, who says, "Hello, Aubrey." She only greets you, Aubrey, because the rest of us are just chopped liver.
She's one of my closest friends. She's the one that
I know.
when my car isn't broken down or her car is broken down or some catastrophe, we're there. So
I know.
That's so
I know
nice.
how she is. I get it. Anyway, so David, the YouTube link did not show up in the chat. Send it to me in a message, and I will post it on our page to our 20,000 followers. And so let's get into our main topic this morning. This is November, and it is Kaiju Krunch month. And we've been talking about Godzilla the last couple of weeks, but I thought it would be appropriate to talk about the original Kaiju hunter, the giant alien superhero, Ultraman. And tale of the tape, Ultraman is a Japanese science fiction television series created by Eiji Tsusabura, produced by Tsusabura Productions, and it is a follow-up to Ultra Q, which was the first kind of show in the series, but not technically a sequel or a spinoff. They produced 39 episodes, 40 counting the pre-premiere special, kind of the prequel. And it aired on Tokyo Broadcasting System and its affiliate stations from July 17th, 1966 to April 9th, 1967. Its premiere topped the average rating set by Ultra Q and kept climbing each week, marking the show as a success. It was also the first Japanese television series to use a bidding system for commercial rights, allowing multiple third-party companies to sponsor the show. And although Ultraman is the first series to feature an Ultraman character, it is the second installment in the Ultra series. And there's a manga series of the same name that serves as a sequel to the television series, and that was begun in October 2011. It received an anime adaptation starting in 2019, and in May of 2022, Toho released Shin Ultraman, a reimagining of the series directed by Shinji Higuchi. And the series follows the adventures of the Science Patrol, a special scientific team investigating and combating threats from aliens and kaiju. Unbeknownst to the team, fellow member Shin Hayata possesses the ability to transform into the giant alien superhero Ultraman in moments of crisis. And y'all, when I was growing up, this show was not on my local TV stations. So I did not watch this until I was an adult. I first saw, I was aware of Ultraman because the merchandise, the toys, I had seen comics and the manga, but I had never actually watched the show. And this is, by the way, I'm flipping through these pictures for those of you who are just listening. You can't see the pictures of the science team, the Ultra Science team. But can I just say I hated these outfits?
Oh no, I love them.
I like that. I like the outfits.
I don't like the ties.
I don't like the color. I love the whole
I
outfit.
just felt like the ties were very just like probably a cultural thing. Not the uniforms of school.
I loved the tie. Thank you. It was very Japanese. It was awesome.
Now, here's the one thing about this. I just sent you guys a link to watch the show, and basically the show is the same story every episode. With the exception of the premiere, where we get the origin of Ultraman, how Hayata gets, Ultraman crashes into his plane and saves his life because the crash almost kills him, and he fuses with Hayata, and when Hayata holds up the capsule, the ultra capsule, he becomes Ultraman and fights these kaiju. So every episode there's a new kaiju coming on the scene, and Ultraman saves the day. After, of course, the science team fails, then he becomes Ultraman to save the day. And Aubrey, I thought you would like some of these clips here of the workshop where they're building the costumes.
That first costume. Wait, go back to that first one. It shows the very first bad guy right there, hanging. He's so funny looking.
Yeah.
He reminded me of Men in Black, of like what one of the roach creatures.
Okay, yeah.
would have looked like.
Okay.
Here's a behind the scenes. This was the first television series to use what they called suitmation. Godzilla made this a thing with the very first Godzilla movie in 1954, where they used miniature sets and actors in costumes, and Ultraman did the same thing. And so here's that first alien right there, Aubrey. Beautiful. That first lake kaiju. And
the one episode that you were, I think you said episode 10.
Yep.
Yes.
They utilized, it was Godzilla's head.
Yes.
It was actually, this is a frame from episode 10. It wasn't just the head, it was the whole suit.
The whole body except that added piece that they ripped off.
Yeah, they added that skirt, that neck skirt.
Look at the bloody neck.
that Ultraman tore off and taunted him with.
Yep. Toto.
Yeah.
That was a funny episode. This whole, they're so goofy, that the squad.
Yeah.
They really are just a silly group of people. They're so jinkies, they really are.
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because in live action television from Japan, they kind of were the original Mystery Inc., Challengers of the Unknown, Fantastic Four, that whole model that became so popular in American television in animation. And this show was a huge hit in America. I never saw it though
because it was silly.
It really kind of was. And the first time I watched it, maybe 10 years ago, I was like, "Oh, this is so painful."
Well, I couldn't understand anything, but I could kind of I could get it with their little facial expression. It was very simple because it's a simple show. It's like, oh. Right. The monster, but in their language, did you see it? And then it's like, ha ha ha, weird, just silly. It really was just silly. I couldn't, the very first episode, I had to go back because I was like, wait, how did Ultraman get there? What happened? I was like, wait, I literally sneezed and missed it. It was so oh, this is all of a sudden I'm Ultraman. I was like, wait, what?
Well, and this is the precursor to other shows like Spectre Man and Power Rangers and The Masked Rider. And you see, I mean, it is literally a live action cartoon.
Yeah, it was very, it was silly. Yeah.
It was meant to be. It is a lot of fun. And once I accepted that.
This graphic, though.
Oh, yeah.
That right there. Is that AI?
That probably is.
That's just extremely gorgeous artwork.
Or it could be from Shin Ultraman, the 2019 or 2022 movie.
It's just so clean.
Which I haven't seen yet. But I love in this this segment with they call him Jisa, not Godzilla.
Yeah.
Jira.
Yeah.
Jiras. Maybe
Jiras.
Screaming it at the end of it, Jiras. And I was actually and really, that was a moving moment, because if you get into these at all, yeah, it's got campy, but the mad scientist, I don't know, maybe I'm just still a fan of the underdog, but the mad scientist, he didn't actually kill anybody. He just wanted to make a little, Kmart version of Godzilla. That's all.
This guy was like, here's some extra fish for your village.
Exactly. It was his baby, and he was so proud. In the very first beginning of that episode, he's like, you are bringing fish to here. And he's so happy that the locals are getting more food because he created this monstrosity. And it's his kid. It's like his little creature. And then we have to kill it, right? We have to send our little superhero that's not even human. He's absorbed with a alien from another planet. What is the Ultraman? What did they call it? I didn't write this one down. I didn't write my notes.
Let's see. It's the planet. Because they say it.
They said it in the first episode, like a bunch.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. And
Nebula. What was it? 78?
M78, something
M78,
like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Planet M78 Nebula. They specifically say Nebula after it. So not to be confused with Methiar 78 Nebula.
Oh, of course.
So
yeah, that would be bad to confuse those. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a different planet.
Absolutely. Nebula, guys.
M78. It's a real thing, though. That's a real planet. I was looking it up, and I'm like, this is actually a thing. Like, they didn't make this up.
I was shocked by a couple of things. One, do you know how I read the story on this? Do you know how they got? Because they didn't get the rights to use Godzilla.
Oh, they did not.
But they found the suit. They found the suit in, like, I don't know if it was the garbage or in storage, and they just said, "Yeah, we're going to use Godzilla."
Finders keepers.
Yeah, and while this was not, because this was not connected to Toho, this was not connected to the Godzilla franchise at all, but the similarities in the monsters and the kaiju, I mean, the whole concept, is very. Very tied right into Godzilla in the franchise and the giant monsters. And in 2022, Toho did get the rights to do an Ultraman movie called Shin Ultraman, and which means new. Shin is new in Japanese, and that is leading to some speculation, because they might be able to bring Ultraman into the legendary monsterverse with Godzilla and King Kong. But Aubrey, there's news floating out there. There's news floating out there that the next monsterverse movie from Legendary Pictures is going to include everyone's favorite turtle, Gamera. This is not official artwork. This is fan artwork, but
I hope it happens.
I was like, that's quite a lineup.
Yeah. And now, I personally am more of a fan of Jet Jaguar than I am Ultraman, but Jet Jaguar was Toho's attempt to create an Ultraman type character.
So there is a little bit more of controversy that I will mention.
Okay.
Ultraman has been in and out of courts with, I don't want to murder the name, but I might, Chayo, I'm Chayo, and the two, was it the two Tsuburo? I'm gonna say it wrong. Tsuburaya? That's not right. Production.
This is a clip right here.
This is awful. This is awful. So the two production companies, Tsuburaya, Productions and Chayo Productions. Somebody help me with that.
I'm trying, and I can't get my mouth around those words either.
I don't know, but they have been fighting about Ultraman, the series, from 1974 to like
this is a feud.
2021.
This is a long feud.
They have been arguing about who had the rights to it, who had the rights to produce what under the name Ultraman. And the only reason why the legal battles will likely now come to an end is because someone died in August 2021.
Oh,
wow.
That's crazy.
Well, that explains a lot.
From the beginning, they were fighting about who had the rights to Ultraman, who could make movies about it. All through the history of it. It's literally from 74 to 2021.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because I had wondered why there really wasn't any substantial Ultraman IPs in recent years until 2022 when they did Shin Ultraman. They did the 2019 animated series, and now there's a new animated movie on Netflix called Ultraman Rising, which is getting rave reviews. I haven't watched it yet, but basically in that movie, it's an animated movie. Aubrey, you're going to love this concept. It's like the Godzilla 98 animated series. Ultraman finds a kaiju egg that hatches and it imprints on him. And so Ultraman, the kaiju hunter, becomes the mother
of Kaiju Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy Ultraman. Oh boy.
And he is taking care of this kaiju, but training him to be a heroic protector kaiju.
I already see it. Like I can already see the little handheld, like a Tamagotchi little kaiju babies to come. Exactly. Well, that's it. No, but it's going to be something digital where we take care of it because it's got to give us.
The Tamagotchis. Yeah.
We got to get happy.
I love that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But and that also explains why it took so long for there to be a comic book series, because Marvel just a couple of years ago launched the Rise of Ultraman series, and it was a huge success, but Marvel got the license for Ultraman, and now there is the series currently in shops, Ultraman and the Avengers, which I love. I wish I had pulled one of those issues. It's so good.
That explains it, because this gentleman passed away. He stopped fighting his fight. He's no longer able to do it anymore. And then it was sold. And so while at the same time, I feel like there are some people who are going to be like, no, rail against the machine. The machine keeps moving. So you try to enjoy some of it on the way. Just because we have new IP doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, I
really
agree.
like this for Marvel. I think Marvel needed something refreshing like this, because you can only do so much with the superheroes and the multiverse and all the other things that you want to create and all the different worlds, but eventually you have to come back to like what's good and entertaining and what people want. Like, we want some action, we want to see our people again, and like if you have to bring it back by bringing out kaiju monsters, then that's the way to it, I guess, because why not? Let's it's about reptiles, right, guys? That's where we're headed. So
I just hope we don't lose the history, because what we have to remember about the kaiju that we have seen, thanks to Johnny opening up this world to new people through the back of the cereal box, is also that there is a heritage to it, and keeping that heritage, respecting it, and also respecting the new IP is possible. There can be a balance there. We have to remember this came from very serious people that loved these creatures when they came out in the 70s, and they attached to them in almost a visceral way as a way to extend joy to a war-torn country. So we need to remember that it's not just campy and it's not just fun. It's also got a rich heritage, which makes it a little bit deeper of a well.
Are you taking note, Marvel?
What?
I'm hoping Marvel's listening, because we want the story to be enjoyable, and we don't want them to do what they've done to other stories that they've turned into some comics in the past. You know what I mean? Like, if this is going to be Ultraman, that is kind of a concern. What sort of Ultraman are they going to push out?
Well, and for that matter, not just Marvel, but there's a whole line of comics coming out from IDW and Dynamite and Mad Cave, the Disney comics with Hercules and Cruella de Vil and Maleficent staying, and Stitch staying really true to the source material, the spirit of the source material. Big hits. The Gargoyle series was a big hit.
I've seen a lot of those.
And Mad Cave is doing the Gotchamen and Dick Tracy and Flash Gordon series that are really, really great. Dynamite is doing Space Ghost and Thundercats and Herculoids and just some phenomenal stuff coming out. And it all honors the foundation of the source material. And that's what fans want. Yes, we want updated stories, and we don't even mind updated graphics, costumes and whatnot. What we want is something that honors the spirit of the source material and stays true to that. And if you do that, you're going to have a hit, because people, of my generation, we love reliving the fun of the Saturday mornings of our youth,
and we love sharing it with the new generations.
Yes,
it's kind of like the people who let their kids listen to the music that they listened to when they were younger. Not just
that mom.
Stuff. Yeah, the classics. It's good to sprinkle that in there with new stuff and
the classics like Eminem and some Snoop and a little bit of Run DMC and
right.
Yeah, there you go. No.
I was thinking
there's lots of classics. Okay,
right?
Isn't that weird to think those are some classics now?
Fleetwood Mac and Duran, yeah.
Those are ultra classics.
So one of the things that I do want to bring up here, okay, ultra classics. I love that. That was good. That did not go over my head, Jenny. Ultra classics. So this is from the very first episode, and this is the other alien that lands in the lake, the alien kaiju, the reptilian, and when you see these pictures in still frame, it does look silly and cheesy because it's obviously a rubber suit. And look, that bothered me about Ultraman's costume as well, because it was a rubber suit and it did not, I hated the way it wrinkled. I just hate that. That drives me nuts.
Fold the wrong way.
Yeah, but
that was some thick rubber, though.
Yes, it was. But here's the thing. When you actually watch all of this in motion, especially with the monsters, the artistry in the puppetry and the use of the miniatures and the models is really, really astounding. And the work that they put into these projects is very evident. And I really love that. Although, here's the one thing you can tell from this still, that Ultraman is about to punch this kaiju in the neck instead of the face, because the actor's face is in the neck.
Yeah. I can hear this photo. I feel like the monster, he's like, "Manat, manat." The sound he makes.
So I'm trying to see if I have a graphic here where you can see an up close of Ultraman's face, of his helmet,
to see the eye holes.
What? You just spoiled the question, Aubrey.
No, I can't. Even there, it's just lights almost.
Yeah, well, no. So in the corners of the eyes are two dots, and they are eye holes. But what's funny about that is, even in artwork, artists have kept those dots there, like here on the cover of The Rise of Ultraman.
I know.
And one of the Mego action figures, not the ones that I have, but one of the other ones, has the dots in the corners of the eyes to make him look cross-eyed. And I'm like, okay, that is
special.
That is a thing of the times.
It's a
right.
look. It's an ultra chic look.
An ultra
Just for
chic look.
Ultraman.
Oh my gosh.
He is just.
I'm just gonna start putting little dots right here. Just to... right.
Can either of you cross your eyes? I can't do it.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on, Jenny. Hold on. Yeah, here's Jenny doing her best Ultraman. Wait, you did one and not the other.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I had to shake that off. Did I do the other that time?
That's crazy. Oh, that's a party trick right there.
I've never done that.
You could do Columbo impersonations.
Right?
Oh,
Do you know
I
who
wish I
Columbo
could
is,
do
Jenny?
Special stuff where I could do. I was trying to be Samantha for years. No, it won't wiggle.
Yeah.
No. Tried that one too long.
No,
I just did the eye thing. That's all.
I can't do any. I can't roll my tongue. I can't do any of that.
Nope, no
I
special.
got all the
talent like
fancy
that here.
tricks.
Nope.
Wait, do it again.
What up?
I can go sideways. I used to have
All
it
right.
pierced too. That was a weird time.
Wow.
Now we eat cereal.
Oh, pierced tongues. We are learning things.
That was a long time ago. That was like, gosh, that was what, the 90s, like the late 90s. That was popular.
Oh, yeah, when I was a teenager.
Same lady.
Yeah, no. I
We're
didn't,
navigating adulthood today.
I didn't get any of those things. I was the opposite, guys. I didn't do any of those. I minded my P's and Q's, was an early mom, paid my taxes. It took after 30 and raising my kids to get my tattoos.
No, I got all mine young. I did all that stuff young. I sold my soul. That's why I still look like this. Jokes. I promise.
I traded my youth in for my grandkids. It's okay.
Aw.
So Dave Mattingly says about the Ultraman Rising show on Netflix, "Mommy, where do baby Ultramans come from?"
Eggs.
From Japan.
And Zentron says, "Well,
Japanese
Dave Mattingly, when an Ultraman and an Ultra Mom love each other very much, ...
I could see those shirts for couples. Ultra mom, ultra dad.
No.
Standing next to each other, half the head on each side.
Oh my God, I
A little egg on her belly. I'm really,
That's gonna be
really
coming
cute.
out.
Love this idea.
That's gonna
Do
be
you
a thing
see?
now.
Do you see the gears turning in my head? Because we do have a merch shop that could use some
I
fresh
want an
design.
Ultraman with a kaiju baby. That's what I want. I
Aw.
want a T-shirt of an Ultraman with a kaiju.
Kaiju kiddos. There you go.
There you
Kaiju
go.
Kid,
There-
and it's
a
like
little-
a baby
A little baby
picture.
hammock
There you
in front
go.
of you with a little.
Well, that's
little-
cute. You do like the little baby version of a
That's one happy dad.
baby Ultramans, and like the way
Ultra
how they do
Papa.
little mini Funko heads. You just do the head, make it cute. And put it on
Ladies
a
and
shirt.
gentlemen, we have completely lost control of this show. Carlin Stewart is with us, and we've broken Aubrey. Carlin Stewart says, "Morning, guys. Loved watching Ultraman as after-school reruns." And, I feel like everyone in my generation watched this show as kids. This and Johnny Sacco and Star Blazers and Speed Racer, but not me.
Speed Racer?
They never showed these shows like Robotech. I didn't have Robotech when I was growing up, but I feel like all my friends my age from other parts of the country all grew up with this stuff, and I didn't see any of it until I was an adult.
So Robotech was actually one of my very first spies in the. Do you remember renting VHSs?
Yeah.
I'm with Blockbuster.
My very first spy was probably Carmen Sandiego or like Inspector Gadget. Those were my first spies. Right?
Oh.
There were spies.
No, I was talking about Robotech and the first ever animes like that about like kaiju and the giant monsters. So my first Robotech was actually Blockbuster had, there, and I was like, I didn't even know what it was, so I never rented it. It took me till I was an adult to actually stumble upon it again.
I think it'd have to be Godzilla for me, like the first of like the real monsters and whatever, like the whatchamacallit, the Rangers shared, because they were kind of the first like mainstream television here that like was able to share like the animals, the animatronics and stuff like that, of these creatures from the animated series. So yeah, probably from like Power Rangers and just Godzilla. Those would be like my first. And then when you say tech, I don't know why I thought Johnny Five. I love him.
Yeah. That's a fun show.
Dave Mattingly chimes in and he says the choreography sells it more than the costuming. Talking about the artistry of the puppetry and the choreography. Although I will say, okay, this is what has bothered me, not just about 60s Japanese shows and movies, but even through the 80s. Fight choreography on TV and in movies was awful. It was just awful.
It just looked like
fight dancing.
It looked like wrestling. It looked like they were like.
It didn't look like wrestling. It was like kind of like fancy boxing, and they were on their tippy toes. Like
yeah, but there's this one scene in that first episode where Ultraman just throws him to the ground and then just jumps on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was waiting for the side to get on the rope and then bounce on the rope. And
yeah,
then
but he just like jumps on him and then they roll around on the ground. And I'm like, that's not good fight choreography. that's rolling around on the ground together. I don't.
It's so cute sometimes though.
Maybe it was like they were taking their boxing cues from like Bugs Bunny or something back then. Like they were like, you go fast. Like
I don't know
the old cartoons, because they were very like up here with the fists. Like I've never been like, put your like, let me fight you.
Well, no, that used to be how you fought in the 1800s. Fisticuffs. Irish boxers were right here.
Yep.
Not here.
Your face.
Here, and they put them out, out like this. Mm-hmm. So, but it made it easier
and then
to
Godzilla
jab.
was just like. Monsters were just kind of like this.
Yeah. And then sometimes the arms were just flopping along.
I'm gonna slap you.
Carlin Stewart says the monsters were kung fu fighting all over Japan.
I love that song.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. It was fast as lightning. Except, hold on. Kung Fu is Chinese. This is Japanese. Mm-hmm. Japanese is karate. Mm-hmm. And that's my problem. There is no karate. It's just, they're just throwing each other on the ground. I want to see some kicks. I want to see some chops. I want to see some.
It's like, I don't know karate, but I know kareze.
There you go.
Kareze. That's
it's
good.
A song, I promise you.
Well,
it's really
look,
funny.
I have a black belt in Taekwondo. I was a competitive kickboxer in my youth, and so I think it all changed. Fight choreography changed with the Rocky movies. Because in the Rocky movies, it's very real, and it's very dynamic and very impactful. And I think after Rocky, fight choreography in movies gets elevated. But up to that point, it was just look. I went back and I watched some episodes of Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman. She grabs the guys by the shoulder. They do this, and she just throws them to the ground.
The tussle.
I'm like, that's not a fight. That's knocking someone over. I want to see some. I want to see some kicks. I want to see some hands thrown. I want to see someone get the head blown off.
I will say that in episode 10, getting that, like halo piece, whatever you call it, on the dinosaur torn off, that was serious. And seeing the blood just spurtle out of his mouth, like super just staring at the camera. So there was some intense moments, but also, Johnny, all that rubber, how are they going to kick in that? I bet they couldn't even get their knees up very good. Look at, you see the bending of that rubber right there. Okay, his suit. All right, that's the tightest suit. Everybody else got it's the very thick rubber. You can't really.
I mean, look. It look. I mean, he's a skinny dude with fat rolls.
I doubt he could have gotten his leg up very high in those.
I would love to know what that was based on, because that's quite a design that I'm seeing.
The one in the background, the monster.
Yeah, that one. The monster's something interesting.
Well, okay. So I will tell you what that's based on.
Will you?
Samurai armor had breast discs.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Well, that does. Okay.
The head part. You know what?
Head.
So Jenny's little dirty mind
looking. No,
now makes me see something that I did not see before.
Drew.
Suddenly I'm aroused. Anyway,
no. I'm like throwing darts through the hole.
Jenny.
You're like,
You're the one who brought it up, Jenny, not me.
It's obvious. It's just obvious. Like
I did not notice it until you just mentioned it.
Whoa, okay. I love this though.
He doesn't look buff though. Look at his little, like he's got a belly roll going.
Yeah, see, it's because it's that rubber suit, and that drives me nuts. They could have used spandex. They could have used,
They were
it's a funny show.
It's very early rubber suit. Spandex then was really challenging, to be honest.
Was it? Was it though?
It was. The plastics of that era were very flammable.
Well, wait a minute.
Uncomfortable.
But hold on, Aubrey. In the 50s, we had George Reeves as Superman wearing a tight-fitting bodysuit.
And it didn't look like armor, and it didn't look like metal. So having
maybe he rubber suit, maybe that's the difference. Like this actor perhaps had a body shape that was not so tall and like buff. It was maybe more just a medium size, skinny.
They were trying to give him the illusion of armor and thickness, like Jenny was kind of mentioning there, like the thickness and a sturdiness. And you can't do that with a stretchy suit on a skinny guy with fake muscles underneath as much. They were trying to give the illusion of like solid metal. So the closest thing they could come to that was like this horrendous rubber suit that you probably couldn't move, pee, breathe in, or anything.
Yeah, can you imagine the sweat inside that suit?
Yeah, he probably lost a bunch of weight just wearing the outfit.
The mask, like with the big fin on it, and it's like stuck on his face.
And then tiny little holes for you to breathe out of that aren't even really seeable out of. You can't really breathe that. That's a health hazard waiting to happen. It's not good.
Doesn't seem fun.
66. It's not good.
I think he's having a bad time.
Clyde Hall says, LOLing Jenny's no. She brought it up, guys. That's all I'm saying. Dave Mattingly says, I can cross my eyes and wiggle my eyes.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I don't think I wiggle my eyes.
I don't want to
have no clue.
I don't want to see that, Dave.
Dave, does your wife enjoy that? Does your wife enjoy that, Dave?
What is happening? David Walsh Zentron says, I can do that as well. I can go both cross-eyed and move just one and keep the other stationary.
There you go, Jenny. Twinsies.
And Zentron also says, we also have a kaiju kid. He's called Godzuki.
Godzuki! That's right. That's
super
right.
cute.
Look at Johnny's face. Look at Johnny's face. I like Godzuki. Look at his face. Look at that sneer. Godzuki.
Godzuki and Scrappy Doo need to be burned alive by Godzilla's atomic breath.
Godzuki forever.
And Zentron says, that head has two options in one. Innuendo.
We know.
Equal opportunity offender here. Come on.
I didn't even notice it until Jenny mentioned it. I'm just saying. Wow.
An angel.
So, anyway, ladies, final thoughts on Ultraman 1966. Jenny, go.
Give it a chance. It's actually a really cute program. You're just going to laugh. I feel like, yeah, that's my thought about it. It's a funny show. It's a funny show, guys. Go watch it. Go.
Yeah. I love it. Aubrey, final thoughts on Ultraman 1966.
It was fought over for very many years. You know, the IP is coming back. I feel like if you're going to watch the modern stuff, you're going to keep up with the modern stuff. Take a load on this and just see what it looks like. See what the origins it came from, the ground up. That can really give a character perspective, you know, and see where he came from. Ultraman was this, you know, little peppy guy in an orange suit with a cute tie and a little team with him, you know. Wasn't just some cyber guy from, you know, who knows where. He's also a cutie that's joined in with some, you know, nebula, M78 nebula, joined with the people of light, something like that. You know, check him out. See his alien origins.
I missed something. Wait, is this a new show too? Are they coming out with new episodes?
There's a new movie, yes. And,
I just watched the old episodes. Okay,
yes.
I had no clue there was a new movie. Oh, see, that makes it even more interesting. Yes. Okay, so then my final, absolutely watch this because you're gonna want to go see this movie then, because now I want to.
Well, it's on Netflix. It's called Ultraman Ultraman Rising. Yeah.
I've been here the whole time, and I'm like, wait, there's a movie.
And in 2022. There was a live action movie just 2 years ago called Shin Ultraman. So yeah.
I eat that ramen.
Anyway.
Shin.
Yeah. They did 3 movies: Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, and Shin Masked Rider. Or Shin Kamen Rider, which was like a mind screw of a movie. But anyway,
your thoughts.
Yeah, so when I didn't see this until I was an adult. 10 years ago, I watched it for the first time. Absolutely hated it. But once I settled into the idea that it really is a live action Saturday morning cartoon, and to accept it for what it is, this time watching it, I was able to appreciate it for that. And I was able to appreciate the campiness. I feel like this fits right in with, you know, the Batman television series of the era, the Green Hornet. These shows could exist in the same universe in my mind. And it is silly. It is sometimes ridiculous, but if you accept that it's going to be that, and just let your inner child enjoy what is on the screen, you are going to have fun. And I know that there are some people out there, because we get comments from them. There are some people who are my age and older who are really grumpy, and they have a really hard time letting their inner child back out and reconnecting. And I just want to say, if you guys can do that, if you can accept these shows for what they were and just set aside the negativity and toxicity in your life, even if for 20 minutes a day, and just watch something that takes you back to when you were a kid, get back in touch with that. I promise you, so much in your life is going to be better, and you're going to find joy in the smallest little things. And that's my message for you grumpy old people out there. Ta-da!
Stop being grumpy.
Exactly. And this show could help you do it. You'll hate it at first because you're grumpy and old, but once you let your inner child out and reconnect with your youth, it will grow on you like a fungus. Anyway, and Dave Mattingly says, if you haven't grown up by age 50, you don't have to.
It's a choice.
It is a choice. It is a choice. Yeah, it is.
You can always try to find the joy in life.
That is right. And it can be in the small things. And when you stop having fun is when you start getting old.
That's fair.
Yeah. So keep having fun. Go to an amusement park, ride the bumper cars, get whiplash, have fun. Anyway,
beat up and enjoy it.
Yeah. So Clyde Hall says, I missed the showing of these episodes in the 1960s and later, but seeing them for the first time this week, they were fun and creative. Love them. And Clyde Hall is one who exemplifies, letting that inner child take over for just a moment. So love it. And he says that from a grumpy old man. You are not a grumpy old man.
That's okay. I'm a grumpy old lady.
I might be one day.
Anyway,
not today though.
Yeah, no, never.
I signed that deal.
We need to have a conversation about that, Jenny. Anyway, we are brought to you by the Tales of the Decoverse book series, available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you get books. And today, I am going to be at Hitchhiker Toys once again for Customer Appreciation Day, doing magic at 11, 1, and 3.
Woo-hoo.
Or somewhere around those times.
It's so fun.
Yeah, super excited about that. And Aubrey, what do you have going on today? Anything exciting?
I will be doing a pumpkin smashing. Like I did the watermelon smashing for summer. We're going to have a bunch of ladies and gentlemen and people from all ages, mostly adults. And we will be getting a little rowdy and taking it out on some pumpkins.
Super neat.
Jenny, what about you? You got anything exciting going on? Any place people can see you? Obviously on Instagram.
Oh, no, nowhere really. I'm just going to be strolling my local grocery stores and random stores looking for more holiday finds for the season. Snack finds, of course, is what I focus on. So hoping to find more Christmassy flavors for us to enjoy.
Fantastic.
You can let us know in the future what you suggest for stocking stuffers for snacks.
Oh, gosh,
I love that idea. And Jenny, by the way, Target does now have the gingerbread toast crunch cereal and the apple pie toast crunch.
Yum.
And the French toast cinnamon toast crunch cereal.
You know what? That's the only one that I have yet to try is French toast crunch. And I've always wanted to because honestly, it's so cute. I love how it looks like little bread.
So good.
I'm like, yeah, it's like inception of cereal into bread into miniature food. And
you're going to love this. You're going to love this since you love the sweet and savory together. So
bits.
Put bacon bits on it and some maple syrup. It will change your life.
Oh my God, stop. Make cereal treats with bacon and maple syrup drizzle. And then that bite, guys. I created that. When you guys try it, think of me. I should put that in my She Says Cereal bar book.
Yeah, you should. So follow Jenny at Shessocereal on Instagram. Aubrey is at Miss Kindred Ivy on Instagram. I'm on all of the socials, but especially Facebook. But you can connect with me at johnnybeyond.com. And if you like our show, become a contributor at patreon.com/serialboxpodcast. And big announcement before we leave. Next Saturday is our official 4-year anniversary. We have done this show for 4 years. And everyone who is watching, we would love for you to send, or even listening, we would love for you to send in a video message that we can play during the 4-year anniversary show. You can just do that this week. Send it to us at either on Facebook or email. Gmail account is best. It's serialboxpodcast@gmail.com. Or this is what's special. We're going to open up the studio for all of our audience to join us on air. Call-in style. Normally, you have to be a $2 Patreon member to have this privilege. We're going to open it up to all of our audience. I'm going to post the link in our group on Facebook. So you will have to be a member of the group to get it. But if you want to join us for the fourth year anniversary, you will have that opportunity. And here's what we're going to be talking about. This year is the 70th anniversary of Godzilla. All during the month of November, we've been talking about Godzilla and Kaiju. And for our 4-year anniversary, celebrating the 70th anniversary of Godzilla, we are going to be doing our official review of the Academy Award winning movie Godzilla -1. I have waited to do an official review for the right time to do it on this show. And I feel like our 4-year anniversary and the 70th year anniversary of Godzilla is the right time. So we'll all be watching Godzilla -1. I'll be watching it for like the 100th time. I love this movie. It was my favorite movie of 2023. And I can't wait to watch it again for next week's episode. So everyone who is watching, make sure you check out Godzilla -1, then join us on air in the virtual rec room. And that will be great. And Zentron asks a question. Did everyone enjoy the Godzilla or the Godzuki Appreciation Day last Saturday? No, we did not. Anyway, that's it. That is it for our show. Make sure you tell 200-300 of your closest friends and family to come share the fun. Post a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And join us next week for our 4th year anniversary. And until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the back of the cereal box.
These.
Saturday morning.